If I could fight anyone in the world,
Yes, choose one.
you know what? I would love to fight Achilles, and like that's like a duel to the death. That's like what I would want. Yeah.
Right. Give us some bars. Give us some bars.
Not currently at the moment. Gospel to drill. I know it's a weird. yeah, pretty much. Yeah, everything. So that's where my inspiration starts.
Fighter, undefeated, if I must say, and is looking to fight for the British lightweight title. He's no other person than Taz Makawa, known as Taz. Please welcome him to the show. Welcome to the show. It's really good to have you. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's good.
Honestly, thank you. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Oh, thank you. It's our pleasure to have you on the show as well. So we're really going to get into the full gist today, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're going to unleash everything. Tell us the good bits, the bad bits, and all of it.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, thanks, Taz.
Yeah.
Right, guys. So Taz is here. We're going to get into the interview shortly. So, right, Taz, we're going to get right into it. So, tell us something we wouldn't have guessed about you just by looking at your fight profile. Because we've had a look at your profile, you know, and it's really, really quite, you know, interesting and engaging. And you have won a few fights.
Yeah. Most probably, I would say because I'm a man that fights, people will look at me and most probably won't know that I'm a God-fearing man. Like, you know, like that. You know, I believe in God and, you know, I put God first in everything that I do.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's good. Yeah, people wouldn't guess that, you know, because there's a certain assumptions that people just make off of looking at you, your profile, and they don't really get to know, you know, the real person behind the images on the socials. So, which is why this is really good. Oh, thanks for sharing that with us today. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's dial it back. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
That's where I'm originally from. Grew up there, and you know, I came here to England when I was 7 years old.
Oh, interesting. Okay. And did you come with your family, your mom, your dad, your siblings, or just yourself?
Yeah, I came with my family, with obviously my mom and my dad, and you know, my sister.
Oh, lovely. Okay. So were you the older one or the younger one?
I'm the younger one.
So you're the mommy's boy, innit? Good. So, when you came to the UK, where were you guys based? Like, what city did you land in?
We was based around the West Midlands.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And did you grow up there all your life, or did you move around a bit?
Yeah, I grew up there, and then we moved around quite a bit. We moved around to Staffordshire.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, that's good. So Taz, what is your kitchen table like at home? Like your mom cooking? Are you there in the background? You being the mommy's boy eating meat, or what? Or is it Saza? What is that? What's that like? Tell us.
Well, it used to be Saza. I mean, when I was young, it would be my mom cooking. But now we're older. You know, I let my mom sit down, and you know, I let my sister sit down, and I do the cooking.
Such a gentleman.
Usually,
you're so sweet.
Usually try to feed everyone because the kitchen table is usually at my house. So yeah, that's literally how we do it at our families.
Oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant. So, okay, so what made you decide to go into MMA? I mean, why MMA of all sports?
MMA because it's controlled and you can use elbows, you can use knees, you can pretty much use everything that you want to. Whereas in boxing, it's just hands. In kickboxing, it's just hands and feet. So with me, I like MMA because it's all rounded. Like we can take the fight anywhere. Okay,
that's good. And so did you have an inspiration apart from, you know, the rules of the game that you've just described? Did you have an inspiration? Did anybody inspire you? Did you see anybody that you thought, I want to do that?
Yeah, so how my story actually started was when I was young, when I was a kid. my dad, well, this is what everyone in my family says anyways. When I was a baby, my dad always used to put Kung Fu movies on when I was a baby.
Okay.
Yeah. And I used to watch them with him. But I remember that when I got older, when I got to like 5 years old, around there, like I used to sit there with my dad and we actually used to watch Kung Fu movies. And you know, like I used to play role playing them, going outside with friends and you know, going over them and you know, imitating the voice.
So you used to do the
yeah, pretty much, yeah, everything. So that's where my inspiration started from, because as the older that I got, the more I got curious about martial arts, whether it really works and whether I can really use it to defend myself or not. So my inspiration started from there, because I wanted to really learn this stuff and find out if I can really apply it to real life.
Okay. Oh, that's good. So do you have any pre-fight rituals that it's a must for you? You do this just before you get into a fight?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think it's important for every fighter to have pre-rituals. And I personally have my pre-rituals, which is music. I like to listen to all types of music, from gospel to drill. I know it's a weird mix.
No, it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, from gospel to drill to everything. And, you know, I like to pray and I like to call my family and, you know, just let them know
before
that, you know, I'm about to go in there. And the reason why I do that is because I understand it's a dangerous sport. And when you're in there, anything
could happen.
So because of that, it's kind of like my warrior kind of instinct. I guess, like connected with myself to basically prepare me for what is to come, whether it's going to be good or bad.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right. And while aside from the part, I know you touched on watching, you know, Kung Fu with your dad and all of that. Is there anybody else in the sport that has inspired you, you know, to go down this path with your career?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I have a friend of mine, Emil Brown, and he's a professional fighter. He fights out of Cage Warriors.
Okay.
And he was one of my biggest inspiration because when my story first started for me to go down MMA, it started off, we were just the boys watching UFC. We were sitting on the couch. You know, I had two of my friends there next to me and we were watching it. And then one of my friends called Kyle, he turned around and he said to me, you know what? We should sign you up for this and, you know, get you in there. And I had my other friend called Bibito, and he was kind of like, I think it's a bit too late because you fighting these guys, they run up the mountains every single day and, you know, you're here, you just, you know, you don't even like...
You don't do anything, you just sit and relax.
Yeah, you don't even do gym every day. So we were sitting there and we just said, okay, let's do the project. We'll sign up for the first fight. We'll do a bit of training, sign up for the first fight, and then we'll go in. So I had my first fight and I won. And then that was when my friend Emil Brown, he said to me, because he was experienced in the game, he said to me, you should really go for it, go in the lightweight division, train as hard as you can. And I believe that, you know, you could be champion in there.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So hearing it from someone like him who'd already been through the mud, the waters and everything, it just, you know, it motivated me.
Oh, that's good. And how do you deal with fear and self-doubt? Because do you have that voice in your ear that comes to you before a fight saying, you do think you're doing the right thing, you better run for the hills or something? Like, what's that like?
So the fear part, I don't really have fear. And with the self-doubt, I don't really have self-doubt. And I think that's mainly to do with my faith in God, because I believe to myself that, you know, if death is to come, like I can't stop it, it's already written. So because of that mind state that I have, that's how I basically deal with my emotions, especially getting in there. I don't have zero fear. I just have nothing but faith towards God. Like to say, if today is the day I'm falling, then I'm falling. Because how I look at it when I'm going in there, it's a life or death situation for me. So yeah, that's what cuts out my lack of self-doubt or fear.
You know, people see the fight.
Yeah.
They don't really see the grind. You know, they don't know the tears, the sweat that goes into you being in that cage.
Yeah.
Can you just talk us through that, please? Like, why do you wake up and go to training? You know, what's your motivation? What makes you feel I can't give up on this because, you know, whatever that is. So tell us more about that.
My biggest motivation is family, friends, and it's creating a better circumstances for them, because it's like, you know, in my life, like from my background where I've came from, you know, I've lost friends in the streets. I've, you know, like witnessed a lot. And one thing I've always understood is that, you know, you become a product of your environment. And, you know, the majority of me and my friends were coming from, you know, I guess bad environments where bad things happen. So my ultimate goal is to be in a place where I can help out my friends and get them out that environment into better environments. So that's literally my main goal around the reason why I work hard and why I grind hard.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So you feel like I've come out of this bad place.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to it.
Yeah.
I'm instilling discipline in myself, and I'm having a focus, and my focus is ensuring that when I get into that cage, I'm giving my all.
Yeah.
And I'm being the best version of myself that I can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's interesting. That's good. So how do you manage relationships with friends and family, even dating? Because you've touched on family and friends a lot. So tell us more about that. Don't leave anything out.
Well, the way I touch with relationships, like my family and friends, they totally understand. They understand that at a certain point, you know, I've got to deal with like work. At a certain point, I've got to deal with training. But dating is kind of like impossible at the moment. Maybe later on when I've ticked off all my goals, then maybe I can settle down and date. But currently at the moment, I don't think it works. It's hard to get a female to come into my life and understand, for example, when I'm in camp, that, you know, camp is eating up all my time. And sometimes because I can't eat certain things and I can't go certain places because I have to sleep at certain time, you know, it's like all the discipline and everything, it might be, it's too much with dating. Like the sport will be eating up a lot of the time.
Oh, Taz, you're a good-looking man. Are you telling me there are no girls texting you at night and nobody?
No, I'm not. I'm not denying that. But they might be texting me, but even if they was to be honest, and I don't have time. Like, you know, even to try figure things out, to try meet people and get to know new people. It's the time.
Yeah, I get you. I know, you know, I'm not a sports person, but just an understanding of what it takes. I understand it takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of dedication to the sports.
Yeah.
You know, and you're just fully in it. So there's really nothing left for, you know, for the ladies, like you said.
Well, I mean, to be honest, to put it to you in a better way, you see, with this sport, it's like you can put it in a way like this. Olden days, you would have a warrior, and the warrior would have his family and his kids, and that would be his biggest inspiration to push him forward, to train and to become a tough man. Because if anyone came and tried to harm his family, he would obviously step in and protect them using obviously his martial arts. And it still carries, what I do still carries the same concept of today. If you had a loved one, you know, you had kids, you had family, you had friends, it brings you closer to them, because what you're doing is to provide for them, it's to protect them. So it really makes you family orientated. But the thing is, with me, I started this without a partner, and it's getting a partner who understands this, because it's too much discipline, because you would need a partner who understands the discipline around it.
Yeah. Taz, you mentioned that, you were on the sofa with your friends and you all thought, right, we should get into this. And one of your good friends is also a fighter as well.
Yeah.
And he sort of gave you that emotional element of the support and the motivational aspect of it.
Yeah.
But what was the financial like? Because most people would think, I probably have to pay for training. I'll probably need to pay for a coach. How am I going to afford all of that? I can't do this. And it just knocks people off. So what was your experience like with that? How did you get off the ground and running?
My experience with that was more like, it was, you go through the struggles. Mm-hmm. So for example, I explained this, like, when I was coming up, like, for example, we come from Africa, and obviously from Africa, you struggle, and then obviously, you learn to improvise around the things that you've got. So when I first started MMA, around, because it's kind of one of those things where you're starting something new, so you don't want to commit everything to it because you don't really see the goal. Yeah. So it's like you might turn around, maybe spend a bit, and then be like, nah, and then nah. So with me, it got to a point where I was spending some money in a lot of things, but then I was improvising a lot. So from me improvising, that's when family, friends, they've always seen that, like, that this guy's really talented, he's very gifted. Yeah. So, they all came together, like, my family and friends, and, they sat down and they said, finally, you found something that, you love to do, and, we're all behind you. And then they gave me a push forward with that.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So sometimes it's a big thing that I would always say to people as well is, be mindful you keeping your circle, because for me, for my circle, I'm very blessed to have, like, the friends that I have, the family that I have, because from the hell that I came out of to the light that I'm walking in now, it's, they've been by me through everything that I've been through.
That's good. That's good. I just want to touch on that. You just mentioned now the hell. What was the hell?
So the hell that I've been through is in life, for example, from the age of 13, I've lost friends, like street things have happened, and, I ended up, hanging out with like the wrong crowd. I guess, from that wrong crowd, you can say that there was a bit of what people could basically say, there was a bit of gang culture going on, so growing up out of that, it's like, like many things have basically happened in life, like, from example, like incarceration, going through like trials and tribulations of losing friends, seeing friends like obviously die in the streets, and, coming up out of that, and from such a young age, losing people you're close to the streets, for example, to knife crime or to gun violence. That's my background. That's basically where I'm coming from. And, that's the hell that I've been through.
Wow. Yeah. And look at you. Honestly, that is really inspiring. Thank you for sharing that, because there might be somebody there thinking, this is all it is. And it doesn't necessarily even mean that they're part of a gang. They might just be in the neighborhood. You're set in neighbors, your parents leave where they live, and you don't get to choose that. You just find yourself within this environment, and you just have to find a way to thrive. And you've used MMA to thrive, pushing all of your energy, your focus into that. And, you're going places, honestly, Taz. Thanks for sharing that.
Thanks.
So, I want to believe that you've inspired a lot of young fighters, haven't you? I mean, your Instagram following says that you have people that are with you, people that know you, that cheer you up. You have your fans. So these are a group of subset of people that you've inspired. And the goal is to keep inspiring from the private conversations that we've had. This is something that's really dear to your heart, to continue to push people, to push yourself, and make people see that there's no limitations. You just need to pick a goal, pick a desire, and go for it.
Yeah.
So do you want to say more about that, please?
Yeah, I mean, with my inspiration, it's not just young fighters that I look to inspire, or that I do inspire as well. It's also, the young kids that are in the streets, because there's a lot of people they know me. A lot of people know me from the streets, obviously from my past and my background, and because they've seen the route that I've took and how I've made it out, and kind of more in a positive environment. It's like, they also look to follow the same way.
Yeah.
So in terms of that inspiration, it's like, it pushes me for me to carry on doing good, because I know that, from the people that know me, that know where I came from, it inspires them. And if it inspires one, it can inspire many. And then, many could make it up, because it's a past that I don't wish on any kid. For any kid that is in the street, it's like, my message to them would be, whatever you're doing now, there's always something positive you can do that's better than that would take you out of the street. So obviously, keep pushing and, find the outlet, which is something positive that's not going to get you in trouble with the police, that's not going to get you in trouble with the judge, or with anyone.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. So, I mean, in regards to your career, what does winning look like for you? What's that?
Winning means that another step being ticked, because as you get opponent after opponent after opponent. So each camp for me, I see it as growth, each opponent's growth. So when I win, it's like I grow within myself, because the battle, even though I'm fighting someone else, for me it's a battle versus myself.
Yeah.
So some battles, for example, my last fight I won, and it taught me to have more patience within myself and more patience with people that I love. So what I learn in there, I also apply outside.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. So if you want to tie that up with a nice bow, what does success look like to you? Overall, this is Taz.
Yeah.
It's on billboards, endorsements here. What is success? What would you sit down and be like, I did it?
So what success looks like to me is me in a place where I can look after my friends, look after my family, and also owning a farm. So that's literally my thing, because it's like, if I had all the riches in the world, I would use my riches to put all my loved ones and people in a good place.
Yeah.
And then for me, I would most probably just have a farm with obviously a nice house.
Yeah.
The things that I need, for example, cars and everything, and then just live that calm life, quite private life.
That's really inspiring, because I would absolutely live on a farm as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love the farm life.
Yeah.
I mean, I say to people, I'll have Chanel wellies.
Yeah.
But I will be on a farm. I'll have Chanel wellies. I'll probably have somebody mock out the stalls for me while I stand and supervise. But I would have yoga with goats on my back. You know what I mean? The soft life. I love it. I love the quiet.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And I think that's what you're trying to aim at.
Yeah.
You want all the luxuries of life, but you just want to be in your quiet space, and you can come out of the quiet to go to the crazy and then come back to your quiet.
Definitely.
That's it. So so that's it. That's for me too as well.
I don't believe you would do on this farm.
It is true. Yes, I would. I mean, I would do it in Chanel wellies, just to be clear. Or Balenciaga wellies, but it would be on a farm. Anyway, let's get back to Taz. So did you bring your belt with you today?
Currently, no, I didn't bring it.
Taz.
So, hopefully, if you get me in for part 2, I'll bring it in. But I usually leave my belt at the gym. That's where my coach hangs it up, for everyone to see. Because so far, it's like, with the belt, it's inspired a lot of young fighters. And at Tiger on MMA, it's like, I reckon it's the next upcoming gym, because you have a lot of young fighters and a lot of people doing good there.
Oh, that's
you know.
good. So, do you want to tell us the name of the gym, who your coach is, and all that? Do you want to put that out there for people as well? Any young boys looking to,
Yeah, so I mean,
or girls?
in terms of like so out of my gym where I train at, because I've got a gym where I train at, then I've got like private
Okay.
coaches that I train with.
Okay.
So the gym that I fight out of Tiger and MMA,
Yeah.
and you know that's run by Coach James Dubber.
Okay.
You know, which he's an excellent martial artist. He created his own style, which is boxing and grappling. And you know, out of there is, you know, a lot of good fighters. You've got one fighter called George. You know, he's obviously up and coming as well. There's a lot of good fighters. There's even younger fighters, etc.
Oh, brilliant.
So yeah, loads of good fighters. And then I have my private trainers. So I have a friend of mine, Kyle. I mainly work with all-rounded things with him. Like for example, like the grappling and obviously the striking.
Are there any causes or issues close to your heart? Any businesses or, you know, whatever you would like to champion for them to grow that you want to share on this platform?
Yeah, I guess there's loads. I've got artists, for example, like my friend K1 and GMAC.
Okay.
I'd like to shout them out, you know, people to go tune into them on YouTube and hear them out. And for the other businesses, I'll let them introduce themselves when it's time.
All right, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Okay, so I know you've touched on not having time for the ladies now, and it's all about your career. That's great. But prior, did you have a girlfriend? And if you did, why did you guys break up? Was she crazy? Was she sane? Or was she borderline in the middle like me?
Well, you know, love for me is like an interesting story. But where my love story basically goes is, you know, once upon a time, you know, I did have like a loved one. And, you know, I do believe, like, even till today, that, you know, she's maybe still partly like my soulmate. But, you know, because we partied like a long time ago and, you know, she's moved on, etc., etc. You know, it's one of those things where I've just, I guess, left until like the next life.
Oh.
If I moved on.
Is she married? Is she...
I'm not really too specific of the details, but I think, you know, yeah, I think maybe she might be married or maybe went on and had a child. I don't know. I haven't.
Can you tell us a name? Tell us a name. Tell us
I don't know.
Maybe be your child.
Maybe when I win. Maybe when I win the world title.
Okay then. All right. No worries.
No, she guys might.
But I can give you tips.
Give us tips. We want the juice.
Like you know, she was light skinned.
Ooh,
you know,
you like them light skinned girls?
Yeah, we used to go for walks and, you know, etc. And, you know, that was, you know, my first real encounter where I like kind of fell like deeply in love with her, like, you know, just from that. And, you know, it's with her, no matter, I guess, where life has took me, I guess it's always her that I've always kind of had in the back of my mind.
That's interesting. You never know.
Yeah.
Speak it into the universe and the law of attraction will bring it to you. You heard it. Well, mystery girl, we don't know your name. We don't know who you are, but you know who you are. And Taz just said something to the universe about you. So maybe you catch it. Maybe you don't. We don't know. We'll see what we'll let the universe play out. Yeah. Okay. So tell me your favorite cheat meal.
Oh, my favorite cheat meal. So my favorite cheat meal, it's kind of a weird one. So there's a restaurant called Meat and Eat.
Okay.
And they do lamb chops.
Ooh, lamb chops are nice.
They do brisket burgers and jerk burgers. So that's like my favorite cheat meal, like literally to go to them. Obviously, I don't try to cheat when I'm in camp, but as soon as I come off camp,
you're going there straight. Right, that's great. So who would be your dream opponent?
If I could fight anyone in the world?
Yes, choose one.
You know what? I would love to fight Achilles, and like that's like a duel to the death. That's like what I
Ooh.
want. Yeah.
Right.
Achilles is a great coach.
Yeah, Achilles, yeah, the fighter. Yeah.
There's yeah.
Yeah.
You heard it
Yeah.
right here on Kitchen Table Gist. Achilles,
I don't know who's
Taz. Taz wants to.
I need to watch his fight.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
If you weren't a fighter, who would you be?
Who would I be? I don't know. Most probably would be either just a businessman or maybe would try be a rapper because
Oh, have you got bars? Can you give us anything?
No.
Give us some bars. Give us some bars. Give us some bars.
not currently at the moment, but
No, but you must have some old ones still in your
Yeah, give us some
I literally
freestyle.
because the music that I used to write before, like I don't promote anymore because obviously because of the the people that look up to me.
All right. So I know this next thing I'm going to ask you. I know is the worst nightmare of any sportsman.
Yeah.
And touch wood, you don't get it. But have you had any injuries? And what was the most, the worst one? How painful was it? What was that like?
God willingly, in the ring, I haven't had any injuries at all. Like,
oh, good. I will keep it that way.
Yeah. The fights that I've had, I've come off better than in training.
Oh, good.
Because in training you do catch some like injuries, like little minor cuts and stuff, which is about it.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You're wrapped in the bubble of the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's it. Okay. So, Taz, tell us what's next for you. What have you got coming up?
So what I've got coming up is I've got a title fight. So I'm fighting for the British lightweight championship, another belt. So on the 5th of July, I will be looking forward to fighting and hopefully getting the double champ status in it, where I have 2 belts.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Yeah.
And where's that fight taking place?
It's taking place in Workington, which is around the Lake District.
Right.
You can also watch it on PPV online.
Okay. Can people get tickets to it? How is that how it works? I mean, how do?
Yeah, they can get tickets. There is the website, which the show that I'm fighting on, the King of the Octagon, or people can get in contact with me via Instagram.
All right. Do you want to tell our viewers your Instagram handle, please?
Yeah, it's King Chief. It's literally King Chief. So it's K with an X and then NG and then Chief CHIEF.
Thank you, guys. You heard it. And we'll put it on as well on the screen for you guys to see. So please reach out to Taz, hit the button follow him, ask him and slide into his DM.
Yeah.
Ask him any questions. Taz will be willing to answer that. If you're a young guy, a young girl looking to go into this line of sports, Taz is available to answer any questions that you've got. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, that's brilliant. So lastly, the last question. I promise this time, this is the last one. What is your kitchen table truth? That one lesson that life has taught you that you live by?
The one lesson that life has taught me is that your soul is for your own keeping.
That's a deep one. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. That's good.
I'm going to use that every day.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, thank you so much, Taz, for being on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I know this is going to be the first of many to come.
Yeah.
We're on this journey together. Guys, look out for Taz. He's the one to watch. Trust me. He is the one to watch. Thank you so much. So that's a wrap from Kitchen Table Gist, where the gist is always hot and the stories are always real. Catch you next time.